Hello, so this time we have a two handicap game where black started pretty well and managed to win by resignation, but as usual, black missed a few opportunities to play some better moves and kill some groups, so let's check it out. White is trying a 5-4 to confuse black here, because giving a handicap, usually it's better to play other moves than Hoshi, because the Josekis can be more complicated. Now black decided to play Sansan, which is a fine idea and extremely territorial. White puts pressure right away, keeps playing aggressive. That's a fine move. White simply gets ahead. And now here, this is the first mistake, because white usually jumps to space in order to stay connected. And then the Joseki continues with another Keima and another 2-space jump to go for the outside influence. Or white simply turns on the right in order to make a base on the side. Well, black can also play O4. These are the most common Josekis when black plays the P2 Keima. Now what happens here, in order to punish this white Keima or pressing move, black should just push through. So if white plays the Nobi, black can push and cut. And if white decides to secure the lower side, then black can push once, threatening to cut, and then Keima on the right side in order to attack the 3 heavy stones. Now if white simply goes down, black can follow, and then this group has a problem. So this will result in a early death for white. Not so great. Let's go back and check a few other options. So white here can think about rescue the right side. So when turning here, black can go up, and now the idea is to continue with an attack at q7 or just Keima on the bottom side in order to capture one or the other group. So of course white will probably decide to make a base on the right side, but then give up the 2 stones on the bottom. This feels good for black also. And if white tries to play a little more light here, like a 1-space jump, black can still wedge and create cutting points. So this will be a pretty good result for black too, in order to punish white's Keima right away. Oops, I jump a little bit ahead. So white plays away instead. When black plays this Keima here, white can still fix the bottom shape by going out this way in order to prevent the cuts. Also, it's still possible to play a 2-space jump on the right side, so still look for some outside influence. But instead white decided to play away, and this is good direction to play. Black defends calm, that's fine. White slides, and now white is pushing in the corner. Normally white should go back and fix settle his base, so finish the Joseki with a 2-space jump, and then of course black will play away. Now playing this kind of push, let's see what black did. Keima. This kind of move doesn't really impact or punish white for his slight error, let's say. Normally black can just play a 2-space jump on the bottom, and this way black is still looking to attack the Q4 stones from afar while setting up the base. Also, punishing the left side would be interesting, so pincer here, it's an option, and then make a base like this. Because if white is supposed to extend here to make a base, it makes sense for black to take away that extension. So playing a Keima like this, it's a little bit soft. Now white is still looking for a base on the left side, but going b2, it's also a little bit slack. It's more interesting for white to extend on the bottom in this case, because like this it makes the f3 group feel a little bit uncomfortable. So both white and black want to extend around k4 in this case. just going down at b2, it's slack. The thing is, if white extends at k4 and black plays b2, white still has room to extend on the left side to make a base, either like this or kema. Stepping up to the fourth line, it's an option too. And if black plays something on the left side, for example an attach move, white can still fix his group. So there's nothing to worry about the leaving shape in the lower left area. So b2, it's another slow move by white. Taking the top left corner is pretty big, but at this stage it's quite interesting for black to extend at k4 or l4 in order to increase or expand the bottom potential, and in the meantime put some pressure on the white heavy stones on the right side. So when white is going out, black can just build while attacking. So this is very natural to go for the territory here while attacking the right group. Well, d17 is a big point nevertheless. White can play territorial, so simply attach in the corner, pull back, and then extend for a base, either like this or a large extension. Now with this move, white is going for outside influence, but in this case black already has a stone that's coming into the center, so maybe it will be difficult for white to use the thickness. Playing Kosumi here seems a little bit shy. In this case it's better for black to attach and then pull back, because now it creates some cutting points in white's formation, so white has to connect solid or hanging connection, and after this black can simply play away and switch back to the bottom side, L4 or K4, or even push and then cut. So playing here, white can block, and then black needs another move. It's very good to play this kema and try to go outside of the corner. Well, playing d16, it's a little bit of an ajikeshi. White should simply extend to the left side and later think about moves or some forcing moves in the corner, but playing it right now, it's a wasted co threat. Also pushing here, it's a wasted threat, and also destroys possible ag for later, like g18 attach, for example. If this happens later in the game and black cuts, this will result into a trade. So white gives up one stone, but then separates the corner. Now when black tries or goes for a small life in the corner like this, white can attack very severely the outside group. So white should really wait and decide later whether to play Kosumi like this, or attach, or even this move as a co threat. But right now this exchange, it's a waste. So it fixes black's problem, I mean black's position. It wasn't really a problem, black is fine, but loses some other option. Playing d9, it's pretty big to go for the left side, and now black is tempted to play another move in a big open place. It can be o17, also n17 is an option, or attack the bottom, l3, l4. Well, if black wants to build the right side, kema here, it's a big point too, because white is still in trouble on the bottom side, so white needs to extend somehow and make a base, and then black can play another move on the right side to go for a moyo there. But well, nothing wrong with o16. Black has many big moves right now and all seem pretty good. So white is approaching in the top, but that area is not so interesting because black can come from the top with a pincer. Then white has to jump out and black can jump along. In this case, it's good to split, so black can get some stones in the middle, and then it's much easier to invade or reduce the left side. So m17 was not the best direction of play for white. Now white can think about a move like this, And if black extends again on the bottom side to fix a base, this will end up a little bit over concentrated, and now white can approach the right side and fix a base here too. While playing the kick, it's a little bit questionable, because normally white will go up and later the weak point of p17 is still there. Well, but white played this peep. Quite unusual. This feels like a contre too. Instead of connecting like that, which looks a little bit passive, black can bump, threatening to damage the left side. So if white simply jumps out, black can hane, so there's a follow-up on the left side. White needs to no be back to keep connected, and then black can extend for a base on the bottom side. So this way f5 is refuted very elegantly with the 1-2 exchange in center. Playing just a connection move like this, it's got for black, and it's still a little bit heavy. So now white should play something around j5, and then black will probably play another move to keep the I shape. So this is a slight gain for white. But white played an attach into a strong formation. This bump looks a little bit weird. Black tenuki, that's a nice idea. This tiger mount feels good, so it hurts the m17 right away. Now white is pushing, trying to expand the moy on the left side while attacking the bottom. Well, normally black can just turn here. It's fine to separate these two stones and hurt the f5 even more. But okay, this is not a big problem. Now jump on the bottom side, that's good. And white desperately tries to gain something here. In this case, black can simply connect under. If white pulls back, black is safe. And if white is trying some crosscut, for example, black can play Atari like this or like this. So when white goes out, black captures a stone and nothing happens on the bottom. White still gets captured and black is connected. Now if white is trying Atari like this and then connect under, this is also fine for black. Either take like this or capture right away. Well, black captures anyway because the ladder is good. I mean, black can play away, and then when white is going out, this ladder will work. But then white can play a ladder breaker on the right side instead of going out. I mean, something around here. So black still needs another move, and this will help white fix a base on the right side. So hane under, it's an option to keep connected. Hane up works too, but in this case, and double hane, it's an option, of course. White shouldn't connect. White should discard the two stones and make a ponuki like this. Because in this case, black is capturing in gote and white got stronger on the bottom side, and now O3 group, it's fine. So in fact, giving up two stones here gives white a pretty good result to settle his O3 area. This would be better than the actual game for white. But white decided to connect, and this was the fatal error, as the group is dying inside. So even if white tries hane and Atari, when going for two eyes, it's impossible, so the group will collapse. Now when white cuts like this, black can simply go down. This way white has 3 liberties and there's no way out. So this is a very clean kill. Playing like this, white can still move out a little bit, but in the end it will still die. Now this is a desperate cut, and of course black has the ladder, but when playing the ladder, white can squeeze from the outside with these two Ataris. So black shape becomes a little heavy and ugly. Oops, so what should happen here? On this cut, black can either turn to go out and expand his liberties, preventing the squeeze, or play a jump like this, the peep, threatening to cut and capture 2 more stones, and then start the ladder. In this case, black is not going to be squeezed. Anyway, the bottom stones will die, so no way out for white here. Well, white just played one Atari instead of the squeeze, and then tried to survive. But this is already a very good game for black, capturing the group here without any compensation for white. So white is trying a Hane to connect under with a Ko. In this case, black should simply go down and prevent that happening. Well, like this, white will die anyway, but at least later on white has Hane and cut and save a couple of stones. And if black doesn't want to fight the Ko, we'll just Atari and capture 4 stones, and in the end white can save 2 more. But this happens only very late in the endgame. So in order to kill all the 6 stones, black should go down, and then when white removes more liberties, black can connect and eventually Atari. But right now it's no need. I mean, only when the liberties are taken. So like this, black catches everything. Well, it's a small difference though. Now playing here, white is trying to keep those 3 stones connected, but it's really not important because black got really big on thick on the bottom side. So white should play something to fix his lower right corner. Black got a big point in the top, but on the right side it's still more interesting to play a Keima in order to attack the 3 weak stones and then improve the right side. So when white is running out like this, white is forced to run on neutral points. Let's suppose white escapes and black gets another move on the right side. Can be a middle side extension. So this area becomes really big by attacking the bottom group. Well, J17 is not small either, but there's still a lot of room on the right side, and in general you want to play in the most open places. So white is trying to fix this group, but it's still heavy to turn and jump like this. Instead of turning, jumping out to space would be safer. And this to space jump, it's a little bit risky because black can cut next directly. And now after Nobi, white needs to fix the right side, but the corner will just die. And when white jumps around here, black can push once and then surround the right side. And again, white has 2 weak groups. Another way for black to attack in this case is to come all the way to R10, because this gives the potential on the right and jump along several times. So now black will make this box while attacking. But the key point is to cut right away. This way. And either push or Nobi to the left. So now there are 2 targets. Both this group and this one are in danger. So black decided to play an O-Gamer, but this one leaves Diagi in San. And white is playing a shoulder hit. Now the most natural move is to push. This shoulder hit doesn't really serve as a ladder breaker. I mean, if white comes out here, there's nothing to worry about, because anyway, black can just Atari and capture the 4 stones. So even if white escapes, black is not in danger, all his stones are connected. So playing the push at R12 is the most natural move. White has to pull back either with no or jump. Because if he doesn't, and he comes out here, black can Hane. Black has enough liberties to fight the semi. So when turn Atari, when connect, go down. And then still kill faster. So shouldn't worry about that stone. I mean, playing here this M4, it's obviously a move to prevent white going out at K4. So now when K4, white can ladder down this way or just net. So white is not going to go out. But the thing is, white can block on the right side, and now this shape looks ideal. 2 stones up with the extension 3 places away or across. But white is trying to increase the middle left. Anyway, the block here is natural, so that's why black should push and keep white's space still in check. Now white tries to increase the left side, but in fact it's better to play an Ogema or start with a Hane, Atari, and then something around here in order to make the left side bigger. So hang on. So in order to reduce the moy on the left side, black should check where is the sector line. So this imaginary line where white can enclose the moyo. So it's usually good to play a move on that line. For example, something like this. Not to go too deep. If black is trying an invasion around here, white will cap, and there's a high chance to kill the group inside, and then white's territory would just become bigger. So in this case, it's good for black to play a little safer, like this one, and then just play elsewhere, because white's territory on the left side will not be enough if we check what black builds all over the board. Well, jumping here, it's a little bit more soft or gentle, but it's an option too. Well, white can still enclose a lot in the middle by just playing around here. Now the most natural move would be to Hane and then just get ahead. But again, white has to pay attention because on the right side his groups are really floating. So Keima, well, this jump here gives white some options to separate. And now even if black comes inside, white can compensate by breaking the top. Now if black wants to go back and keep the top, the shape is still very thin and lots of cutting points. So in the end, oops, I misclick. White will gain something in the top. So playing a move that's connected to the top would be Keima, because now it's hard for white to break this. I mean, when Hane just block, Atari connect, white tries to go out and black will just capture everything. So black keeps connected this way. So white decided to Keima and increase the left side, which is a fine decision. This is a little bit too aggressive. It's good enough to play the push. And also Hane here looks natural to connect the stones. Then extend. Black, white will keep the center, but now black can start counter attacking the lower area. So white has to give up some stones here and eventually make a base on the right side. But now these guys are dead on a large scale, where it happened in the game as well. So black invades, white blocks, and black connects under. Well, right now it's more interesting to play the Kosumi and try to kill all. So connect under. White doesn't care about the right side, that's unusual. White should just connect on top and make this kind of shape on the right side. So the block on the left, then jump, this is a good idea. Pull back, fine. And here black can think about Atari from the outside and then connect, because white is forced into a bad shape like this. Besides, when black plays Atari and connects here, the other 3 stones are in trouble too. So white will definitely lose something. So Atari, then squeeze, or Atari from behind. Now here black has other option. For example, Atari like this, and then Kosumi threatening to connect under. And this way, white is separated with both groups. When white is trying to save this one, for sure there's a problem with the other group on the right. This one is heavy and pretty much in danger. And the bottom group is also still surrounded and no ice for now. So black could try to kill more. Now, in order to squeeze, black can think about this kind of shoulder hit or a loose net. Of course, white can go out, but black has all these Ataris from behind and then connect. So white shape looks a little bit heavier. Well, playing Atari from behind, it's also an option, and push several times. Black should push one more time, because white will pretty much get ahead again. Otherwise, there's a squeeze in the middle with Atari, Atari again, and then try to catch everything. So white will get ahead, and then Keima, because this Keima connects pretty well. So it's around, it just makes this line all safe for black. So playing this way, it leaves a little bit of RG here. So I can try to get between the two stones, break the elephant eye. And now the double up, it's quite slack, let's say. I mean, black can play here to get rid of the problem and build an extra point, but black can play even this kind of move to build more, or a Kosumi, because with this Kosumi, black is also stepping into the middle. So when white is trying to go out, black surrounds everything. The push and cut, it's not a problem. White is still trapped inside, and black has more access to the center this way. So playing the double up, it's giving up a few points. Now white keeps going for the middle. Black jumps in, that's good, but it leaves another poke into the eye, so Keima would be better here. Or for example, play a Hane and then extend, or Atari and then connect, in order to keep all the stones connected. So this one, of course, white will try to separate. That's a good move. Keima would work too, because if white cuts this way, then black connects to the other stone, so it still breaks the middle. And now if you look at this shape, when black blocks, it's an empty triangle, so it's obvious that 05 was a little bit questionable earlier. But in this position, black makes a good shape eventually, and reduces the center too. This is proper. Well, white doesn't really need that move immediately. It's safer for white to play something like this, or try to live in the corner. Actually, he tried soon after. This block is fine, but this empty triangle is no need. White can just Atari here, or try to catch this stone in order to keep safe in the center. White needs eyes in the middle too. That's a fine move. Capture is good too. And now white has to struggle a little bit to make two eyes in the center. Yeah, it's hard to kill this group actually. If Kosumi, white will capture. Then black needs some moves around here. Yeah, it's really hard to take away the two eye, the second eye. So white is alive but small. And now black should play something like this and double up the corner, because there's still RG in the top right, or at least turn here, and then when white comes inside, black can kill. This will be one eye only. No way to build a second eye. So what happened in the actual game? Black turns, white goes down, but nothing happens there. Atari works too. Now white is trying to live inside. It's safer to block like this and then capture the stones. So black maximize the corner this way. Now here white can get a call, but not with the descent. Hane first, then the other Hane, and the 2-2 point. And this will lead to a ko fight. Ko is better than dying unconditionally. Playing this move, black should Hane in the top and connect, because even if white turns, locally this is only one eye, and the group dies in unconditionally. When blocking here, white still has the option to set up a ko. If white plays the Q19 move, this will lead to the J group, and this is dead unconditionally. That's a classic Tsumego. But going down will set up a ko fight. So white can fight this ko and leave. Playing here, it's a local threat, and then take back. Because if black goes for a cut, it's still a ko actually. And then this can happen if black doesn't have enough threats to fight it. So, oh, white decided to play away. Okay, in that case, black can add another move and get rid of the ko. This was good, playing b15, b16 in Sente. Atari Sente too. This Kosumi is just a few points, so better push here and Atari in Sente like this. And now get rid of the ko. The ko Aji. So Atari for one stone. So right now both black and white are playing 1-2 points. But yeah, it's better to start from here and then Atari. Anyway, white should connect and then block. Because when playing this Nobi, black can capture in Sente and then play away. So this is a 1 point block. And here, black has to start with a vital point. Then Hane and connect. Like this, there is only one eye in the corner. So all of a sudden, white luckily lives in the top right and narrows the gap. But black is still pretty comfortably ahead, killing all these stones on the bottom. Left side became pretty large for white, but not enough to come back. He managed to connect that stone. These are all good Sente moves. Connecting here is just a neutral point, no need. So at this stage it's more interesting to go down on the first line and remove the ko option. Also, if white is trying to catch some stones, black is already safe with the liberties. Playing q14 doesn't threaten anything and doesn't defend against anything. I mean, when playing down at e1, this prevents the ko fight, and if white plays q14, black is still fine. Black can play other moves to build points. So go down. Should attack from the outside, because when white is trying something in the middle, white will try to catch like a few stones in the center, but it's not going to work. Black still captures faster. Playing this way, black removes his own liberty. So in general in semi you want to play from the outside, not from the inside. And now it's a ko, but it still works to play Atari directly. But in this case, black will lose 3 stones. Well, that actually happened in the real game as well. And here white resigned. So well done on this game.